Hey, good morning, traders. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm a little quiet because I'm in a space with people that are sleeping. But I wanted to give you a little heads up, run down what happened yesterday, and have a look at what's going to happen today. Here's a trade that I took yesterday. I made this up, and it worked out, but it didn't go my way eventually, so I didn't get the trade. My impulse leg comes down, and then price comes back up, price comes down, price goes up, price comes down. Now, this is what got me interested in the trade, not anything else, because I know that price has a reaction off of the low. It's going to pull back, retest this, which it did. And as I'm watching these bars play out, I'm thinking, okay, well, it's really not going up in a hurried manner. It's really just kind of sitting here. And then I saw this piece here, this piece drop. And I said, okay, that's it. I'm in. Put my order right here, had a stop above here, and I was trying to get down to here. Now, when I look over to the left, I have this, this whole space here, and I'm marking out my kill zone for the low off of this impulse here. So I know this space is going to get filled. And ultimately what I did was, once price hit my target, it took off. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a quick one. And it turned on me. I moved down to break even, got stopped out, no big deal. But in hindsight, I'm looking at this and I'm like, gosh, where of this is my setup? And see, guys, this is why we have to practice this stuff over and over and over again, because we get confused. I took my impulse leg and I'm wrapped up in my wash. And now, granted, I understand some things about it that I've just done for years of trading, that price is going to pull back to, we've got sellers here, has a seller here, and we got this action here, and then it's all there for me to, and I could have just taken my money down here. I thought about it, but you know what, I don't know, I just moved to break even. That's fine for me. And then I was thinking about some other trades, and actually I drew up this thing. I drew up this shelf right here with this wash right here, and in hindsight I can see that's in the wash. And then I kind of was, here's the impulse leg, and actually the impulse leg needs to go up to here, and I'll tell you why. Because, and maybe not, but if it was here, then this would be our retest after, like, say, this little box right here washed out. It comes up here and pulls back, and it cleans everybody out. That's a big, there was some news that came out, so that's a big bar that wiped everybody out. So then I was like, well, maybe this is the high, the impulse. And then you can tell I'm already making things up, and I'm trying to get crafty. And that's where, it just kills your winning percentage. So my orders, once it hit here, were right here. And I was just going to keep playing the long, right? Because we have everything here, the impulse leg, shelf, wash, retest, and then it goes up. But that didn't happen. It just took off. And so that was my day, which bummed me out because this morning when I was doing my my recap, I see an impulse leg here and I see a shelf here, and I'm like, oh man, it's all right here. And I just you know, what swing are you trading? You can't see everything, I get it, but wow, how easy was that? How easy was that little trade right there? Get in at 8:15 and you're out at 8:38. You're not even in there for a half an hour, and that's your day. That's your whole day right there. Boom. All right, move on to the next day. So keep your eyes open. Be open to the whole thing, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I say that to myself too because I get super focused. I was super hyper focused on this little piece right here. I mean, look, you got a wash to the upside, and maybe I could have said, well, that's your impulse leg here. And then, draw that out. And maybe that would have been a better idea. I don't know. I was, like I said, I got really kind of tight on this thing thinking I was being crafty. Didn't work out. So what's going to happen today? Well, I'm going to follow the impulse leg, right? Doing the same thing I did yesterday. Follow the impulse leg. A couple of notables here as we took out this high. So this guy's getting a reaction off of this. Maybe we'll see something pull back down into here. I'm not going to even pull out my Fibonacci. I don't even care. I'm really actually not interested in trading today because it's the day before the holiday and people are traveling. People are, we were at the grocery store yesterday. It's packed. So business just isn't as usual. And I'd rather just sit back and chill and watch what happens than try to figure out, like, yesterday was my travel day and I had to get a trade in the morning before I left, and I wasn't, so my view was messed up as well. But it's funny is I can see this impulse right here. It's just kind of weird how it jumps out at you. And really it's just all these other pieces of the puzzle, right? This high, you can see this wash, and it starts to take off there. Your high, you can hide right behind this here. It's not too high, as you're still within the swing. So it's frustrating, guys. Don't get me wrong. I would love to be able to close my hand at every turn and be like, oh, I did it right, but I didn't. So I have to stick to my guns. I have to play the game I'm playing and read price as best as I can. So impulse leg, right? Just follow the impulse legs. And if you do trade today, trade light, get, size down. Don't try and, maybe sim. There's times that I sim, guys. It's not like I'm, always in. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. There's not a lot to do there. But remember, guys, we're looking for 5 things, right? Our impulse leg. All right, we'll go back to the one that we're looking for. Our impulse leg. Our impulse leg. Our shelf. Remember, there's buyers, right in there. There's a little shelf. And then we look for our wash, which is the shelf getting cleaned out, orders getting wiped out. People have to reposition. Excuse me. You have your pressure cooker. The pressure cooker gets tested or beat, and then price pulls back to the shelf for a new high. Impulse leg, shelf, wash, retest, and enter. 4 simple steps. That's all you need. And that's why you need to practice, because it's harder than it looks, but it's not as hard. It's not impossible. And it certainly is more fun than just trying to go with the flow and You know, trading's intense, man. It takes energy. Every time you put a trade on, I sit there for a few minutes. I'm like, oh boy, did I do the right thing? I mean, you know, that's why like when I saw this bar here, I was like, oh yeah, we're in business, and it stopped right here, and you know, ugh, saw that, oh, and I know it retests, guys. That's the thing is like I know price will come back up here and beat this line up, right? But what did it do? It zoomed it. That bar is a zoom bar. That's an impulse bar. They were in a hurry. All those orders got smoked. I got smoked. So uh, slow down, pay attention, and you'll find your trades. They're everywhere. They show up. I see, you know, the little guys, big guys, and I'm not afraid of the little guy. That one got cleaned out. But see how I draw that? Impulse leg, wash. It retests here. It actually has all the components of what we're looking for, right? You just have to make sure you're in and out before the boogeyman gets you. Oh, and he barely. But that's a trade, guys. That's a legitimate trade, right? Move to break even, get cleaned out. Feel that. And then you start to seal this stuff. And yeah, the price isn't fair and all that stuff. It's not fair that pulled down that far. You know, who cares? You know, you're small size. You're not trying to make money. You're not getting rich tomorrow. I'm not getting rich tomorrow. I'm not getting poor tomorrow. I'm not, you know, just draw out every swing you see and see if it works or not, and how it works. Right down here, it just comes down here. There's a little shelf right there. And I'm not trading this, guys. You look, and it's also midnight, so I'm not even, you know, I'm just kind of playing here. Yeah, whatever. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. We're probably taking a couple days off, and we'll catch up with you on the backside. Take care.